Please welcome Perlmutar.
So, welcome to the show. Lovely that you're here. Welcome, of course, even more importantly, to my hair. I really have no control over this. It does what it wants. I try to go like this, and it does this, and I know, it looks a little like I borrowed it from Meg Ryan in '94, maybe. And yes, I have got mail. I have no control of this hair, and I probably will cut it soon because having long hair can get annoying because what happens is, you know, you're walking on the street and people mistake you for their friend who also has long hair, and you get a lot of, hey, oh, you're not Barbara. It might just be my hips, I'm not sure. So when I was a kid, I was, I guess, a bit of a comic book nerd. I loved all the superheroes, and they're crazy popular now. You know, all the Spider-Man movies and all Iron Man and all that stuff. Hulk was probably my favorite superhero of all time. However, his movie was probably the worst of all of them, and that was upsetting for me. But I loved him. I loved how powerful he was. I wanted to be like the Hulk when I was a kid, and you know. But I also realized as I got older that his superpower is also maybe the weirdest of all the superpowers, because he can't use it when he wants to, only when he's angry, which you can't really do on purpose. You know, that could be very. The orphanage is burning down. Can you help? That doesn't really make me angry. What a waste of a building! Oh, no, I'm just sad now. No, I'm just sad. I'm disappointed, actually. But the weirdest thing about the Hulk for me was, like, you know that TV show in the 70s? Here's a little weird factoid. Back in the 70s, when they took the Hulk from comic book to TV show, they actually changed his name from Bruce Banner to David Banner. And the reason why they did this was they thought that the name Bruce sounded gay. I thought that was kind of interesting that out of all the characteristics about the Hulk, that's what they picked as being too gay. He's a shirtless, muscly guy running around in bright purple jean shorts. Even gay men look at bright purple jean shorts and go, oh my God, that's so gay. And I don't think that there's a gay-specific name. I don't think like Bruce or David are any more or less gay-sounding than each other. I think like how you say a name, you know, you put a little lemon twist into it, then maybe any name can sound kind of gay, right? Well, okay, I'll give you a little comparison. You can judge for yourself, okay? So, you know who I ran into at the gym? Bruce. Or, guess who's coming over for cocktails? David! Equally gay. I think equally gay. Unreal. Real. And you know what? I don't even think it was a straight guy who originally thought about calling him the Incredible Hulk. I think it was like, I think we're gonna call him the Hulk, but he's incredible. He's fabulous. Maybe we can call him that, the Fabulous Hulk. Isn't that a butch super fabulous? Okay, whatever. So, like many people do when they get older, I should go to the gym or something, right? So I joined this gym, and, you know, I walked in, and they, like, set me up. And then this girl comes up to me, and she's my, you know, my trainer or whatever, and she's gonna set me up with my program. And she's talking to me, and she's really, like, she looks like she lives in a gym. She is, hello, and she's there, and I'm like, and it's, right? Which ladies love. And so she comes up to me, and we're talking, and she's kind of like talking to me and like touching me a little bit. Like, she's being a little flirtatious. I'm like, I'm a man. Maybe I don't even need this gym. I'm a man. This girl, I just walked in here. She's already all over me. And then like she's like, well, you know, come to my office. You know, we'll do the little assessment thing. And she kind of like touched my arm, and like it wasn't like a, you know, like that. She touched my arm. And you know, I think that women don't know. They know. They touch your arm. It's like, you know, you touch my arm. And I'm done. Okay? They know what that, okay? So she touched my arm, I'm like, yeah, I'll follow you, okay? So we go into a little office area there, and she's like, okay, well, I gotta, you know, weigh you, and she puts me on the scale, and I think she touched my butt. She touched me, I'm like, yeah, I'm a man, yeah, touch my butt, it's all right. And she's, in my head I say that, not out loud. And so she's doing what she's doing, and then she's like measuring me. I'm like, oh, okay, you can measure me. And I'm kind of getting into it. I'm like, all right, you want to measure this? Measure this, right? You got enough measuring tape for that? Hey? I don't know, I'm an idiot. But, So all the numbers are in, and she puts it in a little computer, and she's like, oh, it's kind of loud out there, and she closes the office door. It really probably wasn't that loud, to be quite honest, but she, enclosed us. And so we're there, and she, like, all of a sudden she gets the results, and she, like, leans over, and she says, I don't know if I should tell you this, but, any woman would kill to have your measurements. Yes, I am a man who apparently is like a woman. And really, I wanted information when I went there. I wanted to know what was the quickest, best way for me to get in shape. And I guess the quickest, best way for me to get in shape would be to become a woman. Because really, I thought it was, sit-ups that were holding me back. Apparently, it's these pesky male genitals. So I do like this as my job. It's fun to have this as a day job. You get to travel and all that stuff. But I have had other jobs in the past. I was actually an English as a second language teacher. And, the first summer that I worked there, I was a new teacher and, trying to be very focused. And I actually had like 8 young Brazilian girls in my class that summer. And they would sit right in the front row. And it was a lot of me like trying to teach. Hey, class. And, and they'd be wearing little tight shirts and stuff, and this one girl would always wear this like tight buttony shirt, and one day she decided to unbutton the buttony shirt and take it off, and she was wearing a smaller shirt under that shirt, and I was like, okay, I gotta stop class. Okay, sorry class. You gotta put that shirt back on. It's like, oh, but teacher, I'm so hot. Like, you are fucking right. Big class. And you've got detention for some reason with me later. I don't. Anyways, that's the story of how I lost my job. But now, by far, I guess my favorite student of all time, certainly my most memorable, he was from Turkey. And this guy, when I first met him, he was like, beginner student. He had very little vocabulary. He could only say like 4 things. He could only say like, hey, how are you? Come on. My name, and for some reason in the middle of the conversation, you just start laughing. I don't know why, but I throw that in there for you. So I just come into class in the morning, and he would really try to have a conversation with me, but he had this very limited vocabulary. So I'd walk into class, and it'd be like, hey, Perry, hey, Perry, how are you? How are you, Perry? Hey, come on, Perry, how are you? How are you, Perry? Hey. Periodi, come on. And very motivating. I was like, I gotta help this guy. And, and time goes by, and that amazing thing that happens when you're a teacher teaching English is that, a couple months go by, and all of a sudden you get to know their actual personality. Like, they couldn't speak English before, so you couldn't really get to know them. And when I got to know this guy, I noticed that he had 2 things in common with a lot of my other Turkish students. One thing being, they love kebabs. Kebabs are the best thing you can ever eat. Kebabs are awesome. They rock. And the second thing, which I thought was kind of weird, was very defensive about their country. I don't know what their experience is with North Americans, that, like, we know nothing about Turkey, or we think it's a third world country or a desert, or I don't know what, but anytime I'd be in class talking about something that we had in Toronto, or that you would have in just any city, this guy would get really defensive, and he'd have to tell me how they have the exact thing back in Turkey, and then he'd explain it to me, and it would be different. So I'd just be like, hey, class, you got new students, hey, we got some really good food in Toronto, we got really good hamburgers, this place down the street, hamburger, hey, Betty, hey, Betty, hey, hamburger you have? Yes, hamburger, yeah, we have, Turk, we have same, we have hamburger, same. But it's a kebab. Like hamburger, but on the side there is a stick. No bun, topping, no. Same. Same. Like, okay, anyways, class, we got some cool landmarks you want to check out while you're here. Of course, CN Tower, very, world famous. Hey, Betty, CN Tower you have? Yes, CN Tower, big, oh, very nice CN Tower. We have Ankara, we have same, we have CN Tower, same. But it's a giant kebab. Man, climb, bite, happy, same. Same. I'm like, all right, Okay, what about Canada's Wonderland? It's a one-of-a-kind theme park we have in Ontario. You don't have Canada's Wonderland at home. No. No, we have, yes, Wonder, we have same, yes, Ismir, we have Wonder, we have same. But it's a man wear a big hat, take a spoon, hit a goat, a child, run, scream, same. Same. Very difficult to argue with that. Now, probably I guess the majority of students that I had were from Korea. A lot of students in Korea, they take a year off, I guess, university. They come here, learn a little bit, go back, opportunities, awesome. And this one girl in my class would always ask me questions about, it didn't have to be about grammar, just whatever, right? Like, we got along very well. And she came to my class one time, I'll never forget, and she says to me, teacher, where is the Dalai Lama? I was like, that's kind of random. I was like, all right, whatever, but I kind of knew about this. I saw something on TV. I was like, all right, I'm going to blow your mind. Okay, where is the Dalai Lama? Dalai Lama lives in India. Because, back in the late 50s, there was a conflict between China and Tibet, and a lot of Buddhists in Tibet at the time moved to India for safety, Dalai Lama included. So where is the Dalai Lama? India. And she looked back at me completely confused. And I was confused. I was like, where is the Dalai Lama? Dalai Lama. Oh, it's 2 blocks down. The Dollarama. I am married, and it is great. I don't have a lot of complaints, really. But the thing I like the most about being married probably are the little games. All the little games that happen when you're with someone for a while. There's one game that we play, and you may have played this with, even roommates, anybody that you've lived with. Usually starts with a garbage pail, right? And there's a garbage pail, and it's full, and it's like the bathroom garbage, maybe, no lid on it, gets full quite frequently. And I gotta throw something in there, right? And I gotta, I have to squish it and jam it down the... and I'm still gonna probably have to tie it up and take it out. And that would also be your only option. Unless you want to play Garbage Jenga. Now, how Garbage Jenga works is basically, I don't want to throw out that garbage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gingerly balance whatever I want to put in the garbage on top of the existing garbage and leave it there and continue to do that until somebody else comes in and goes, well, that's a lot of garbage, ties it up and takes it out. Or even better, they put something on top of what I put in, it falls over on them, they have to clean it up, tie it up, take it out, and then I win Garbage Jenga. Ooh! Well, however, my wife knows that I do this because I'm kind of a prick. So she's ready and she walks in. She's like, oh, hello, Garbage Jenga. Here we go. And she starts to bounce her stuff up on my stuff. I bounce my stuff up on her stuff. She bounces her stuff up on my stuff. And then a month goes by. I walk in the bathroom. It's like a teetering monster going to follow me and kill me. But really, it's all about small victories for me because sometimes I'm just sitting on the couch and I hear from somewhere else in the house, oh, son of a bitch. Garbage Jenga champion! Yeah! Yeah! Take it out, baby! Take it out, baby! Well, clearly I don't say the last part out loud, because I like to live. There's another game that we play, and this is a much more challenging game. This is a game that I like to call Anger, Real, or Residual. How this fun game works is basically, I come home, my wife says something to me in anger, and I must figure out if she's angry about things she's actually saying or about some other random thing that happened earlier in our lives. Nobody else? So, my little experience was that a few weeks ago. I walked in the house and it smelled amazing, right? And I just instantly said, I was like, honey, it smells delicious in here. What's going on? She's like, well, I made the banana bread. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay. I don't think I was supposed to make banana bread. So let me think. Okay, well, I cleaned off the stove earlier, and I did some of the dishes, and I bought bananas earlier, and I didn't clean the little square pan she asked me to clean, and she probably wanted to put the banana bread and cook it in the... Okay, honey, I'm guessing you're not actually mad about the banana bread cooking per se. You're mad because I didn't clean the little square pan you asked me to clean, and you needed it, so I'm guessing it's something residual. I'm guessing it's the pan! I don't know if she's not playing along or something like that. Because even though I get it right somehow she's still mad. Is that fair? No, that's not fair, because she certainly plays along with the bonus game, which is a game I like to call Apology, Genuine, or Condescending. She's really good at that game. Oh, I got a little boy. He's my son. He's my son. Sorry, that came out a little creepy. I own him. I made him. And it is wonderful. Like everyone says, you have a child, and oh my God, amazing. But really, for me, it wasn't until he was physically there. Like I just didn't have a lot of information. I wasn't excited, really. Like my wife could walk in the room 8.5 months pregnant and be like, hey, honey, hey, mystery lump. Hey, I didn't know the joys that would explode. I don't know what they do, but they're there, and and I didn't know anything. Like I said, like I couldn't get excited because really, all the information I had was that I was getting like a roommate for a long time. I was gonna have to pay for all his shit, and he might be an asshole. That's all I knew. And the jury still don't know the last part, but. When they're finally there, you melt. It's an amazing thing. Like they come out and I don't know if they do that, but they come out. I don't think they help. But, I don't know. I didn't look. I was like, it was like, he's coming out. I was like, oh. I was looking. It's gross. But then, you got your eyes closed and then they put this squishy thing in your hands. And you're like, what is that? Oh my God. You are so beautiful. I love you. I want to crush you! I'll bite your face or rip your leg off. I'm not sure why violence is a reaction to cuteness. It really is. Super cuteness must be, I don't know why. It's if you have a friend with a small dog, it's never, look at my dog. Don't you like my dog? It's always, look at my dog. Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at that. I want to stab him in the brain. I want to, and the dog is good. They're good. Well, my dog's a Shih Tzu, so he's usually like that. But it's an amazing thing, and the dog's there. And the thing is, people, they are mental about their dogs and their, like, babies and all that stuff. Things that they love. They can't imagine that you, stranger, wouldn't love their child as much as they do, They just cannot imagine. They can't fathom that you would not love it as much. That's why people want to send you, 50 pictures of their newborn kid on email and Facebook every week, and you're like, not enjoying it in any way. And they think that, they're going to love it. And you're like, next. He doesn't look different in the red hat. Next. I hate your baby. Delete friend. Goodbye. I hate you. Not interested. That's what happened. I had a baby. Everyone's like, oh, Perry, I barely know you. Would you like to see pictures of my baby? I'm like, no, I don't. Your baby is a stranger to me. I don't care. My baby, yes. Your baby, no. I am not interested in that. Now, my wife's best friend is mental, and she is kind of our go-to, though. You're like, whenever we have problems with our kid, like when he was really little, we would call her because her daughter was like 6 months older than ours and our kid, so she had the experience, right? So we would call her for advice about stuff, and one time, my son, we just couldn't get him to sleep because he was really sick. So we called my wife's friend, and we're like, what do we do, right? And so she tells us this story, no word of a lie. She told us a story about how her daughter was really stuffed up, sick, coughing, the whole thing, couldn't get her to sleep. So what she did was she picked up her daughter, put her mouth over the child's nose, and sucked the mucus out of that kid's face. And as disgusting as that is, I certainly don't want to hear about what she did when her daughter got constipated. Yes. So, I am actually one half of an interracial couple. I am Jewish. My wife is not only brown, but she's also Muslim. This is true. Now, some time ago, when we first got together, my mom wanted to talk to me about the challenges we might face in our lives together. And she said to me, Perry, you do know that your children, they won't look like you. And I was like, yeah, Mom, I know, but I'm in love and I don't care what my children look like. As long as they're Muslim. And we laughed and we laughed. Oh, Jewish parents love that sort of humor specifically. Oh, they love it. Now, you know what? Probably the reason why I do stand up in the first place probably goes back to my relationship with my mom. hilarious woman, and always made me laugh. I was always making her laugh and stuff. And I'll never forget this one time in high school. She starts calling me down to the TV room. She's like, Perry, you gotta come in here because AC/DC's on TV, and you remember how much you used to love AC/DC, so come on down and see AC/DC on TV. So right away I'm a little confused by the fact that my mom thinks I love AC/DC. They're good, but I didn't, you know. And she's like, and also I'm confused by the fact that she's watching AC/DC on TV and thinking it's awesome, right? So I go downstairs to see AC/DC on TV, and of course, what's on TV? Star Wars. R2-D2. It's AC/DC. Like, Perry, look, it's AC/DC. Remember when you were little, you had the action figure, you run around going, do I'm AC/DC, You know, whatever, it doesn't bother me. You know, my mom doesn't know the difference between R2-D2 and AC/DC because to her, R2-D2, AC/DC, same.